think we go live on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and all those good things all at the same time now. So, welcome.
Wow.
So if it's out there, let me know. New streaming service. Yeah, we're out there.
I think you saw your over-under on your wife going into labor.
There it is. Welcome. Was that me? Probably. Whoops.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, we are out there. What's up, everybody? What's up, Twitter? What's up, Facebook? Let's see here. We'll get started here in just a second. Dun 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 dun. You guys know what theme song that is? Nope, because you're dorks.
Is that Game of Thrones?
Yes. We'll be talking about that as well. We'll see if we can... I think I've got... So this new streaming service that I just signed up for, it takes all the comments.
You were testing it earlier.
Yeah, it takes all the comments from... Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, puts them all in one spot so we can kind of keep better tabs and talk to some people.
Very exciting, very exciting.
If it works, we'll see. All right. All right, are you guys ready to roll?
Just about. I'm about to send this out.
Chris, always the last to finish.
Who is that talking? Oh my God, it's Brie.
I know. I'm back.
Yeah. All right, let's kick this show off. What is today? The 20th? Yeah. All right, cool.
Boom! I sent it out. There we go.
Look at you.
I did my job.
Incredible.
Only took me, what, 10 minutes? We need to get a clock on this.
That's right. I hope I see your mom in the comments saying, "Chris, you did a great job getting the show out there."
So she's in Germany right now.
I saw that. We'll have to talk about that too.
Oh, that's right. I've been
she's
following
sleeping.
along
she's
on her
sleeping.
journey.
Yeah, so it's like 3 a.m. She may be up listening to us, though. If so, hi, Mom.
Nice. All right, let's get this sucker started. The Big Play Reflog show is brought to you by ShackNews.com. Shack News is the best gaming news website in the business, covers all your gaming content needs. They have the most up-to-date game reviews on Rage 2, Ghost Recon, Breakpoint, Total War 3 Kingdoms, which looks pretty sweet. They've got game guides, a ton of featured interviews, a bunch of awesome original video content. They got a ton of stuff to go check out. Head on over to Shack News and get into the conversation. Click on that Shack News Twitter profile in our show title, because when it comes to gaming, there's only one website to visit, shacknews.com. We got a great show. We got Brie back. Let's get it going. The Big Play Cleveland Reflog Show. Today is Monday, May 20th, 2019. I am your host, Big Play Dave, alongside my main man, Mr. Chris McNeil. What's up, brother?
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm hiding in the studio
tonight.
Oh yeah, what do you got?
Problems tonight. I played golf today, and I think I got a little bit of a suntan and a little bit of a sunburn as well. So, playing kind of hurt, but no one's feeling any compassion for me, I'm sure.
Scramble?
Nope.
Scramble?
It was a scramble, yeah. We were only
Nice.
7 under. Not great, but, it was good to swing a club my first time out this year.
There you go. Nice. And, right off that scholarship that you got from, what, was that Jack Nicklaus?
That's right, my man Jack.
That's
just
right.
A few years back.
That's right. Bree, welcome back to the show.
Hey, boys.
We're getting worried about you.
I know, me too. Good to be back.
Good.
Back. When was the last time you were on the show?
I don't remember.
Did we have OJ at the time?
Yeah, I think we just got the trade. Game of Thrones hadn't even started yet. It's been a while.
Right. That's right. AOL was out. You got mail. Let's get it going.
Whatever.
Whatever, yes. Well, all right. Enough making fun of Bree.
Back.
That's right. So tonight on the show, we are breaking down the top 3 all-time worst TV finales, fresh off of Game of Thrones last night. I think I'm the only host that watched it because I host this with a bunch of dorks. We'll get into that.
It was awesome, personally.
Okay.
I could tell from
How
the
do I turn
reaction
your
on
mic
social
off?
media. I could tell everybody loved it. It was just universally.
I was so disappointed.
All right, whatever. We will then get into some Cleveland headlines, some Would You Rathers, and our bold predictions for the week.
I'm all over it this week, Dave. I brought my A game for my bold prediction.
Per usual. Let's get it going with some Power Rank Monday, if I can find it. There it is.
But
It's time. Hello to Mike Cavs UK. Hello from England. Across the pond, he's still awake. Good stuff.
Rank Monday.
It's Power Rank Monday. Top 3 all-time worst TV finales. Obviously, this is sparked from Game of Thrones last night, which was pretty awful.
awesome.
Alec can back me up with that. B Sports Report says he's on Periscope. What's up, my man? Worst ending goes to Game of Thrones. That's debatable. It's on my list. Let's kick it off. So I am going with my top 3 all-time worst TV finales. My number 3 ding is, wait for it, Sopranos. This is mixed. So some people liked it, some people didn't. I am not a fan of open-ended series finales. Maybe if you're doing a spin-off, obviously that didn't work out in this case. But, I mean, come on. I mean, are you guys cool with an open-ended ending to a series that's never going to play again ever?
Kind of a fade to black, right?
I don't
know.
Worst.
I don't know. I kind of like that because it leaves it open, speculation. Then you can have debates. You could talk about it on a podcast years later. I don't know. I kind of like it, Dave.
Fair enough.
I want it wrapped up in a nice, pretty bow.
Right? Okay. That's right, Bree. Thank you. Thank you for backing me
Always
up
wants
here.
closure. What's with women? They always want closure. All the time closure.
Chris, I want closure too.
That's right.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. No, I mean, you go back to the series. I mean, Tony Soprano, probably one of the most polarizing guys ever, character-wise. You got to figure out what happens to him at the end. I hated it. I like the song Journey. Went on for a while, but not a fan. Made my list. My number 2 is Game of Thrones. I don't even. It's too early. I don't even want to talk about it, but I will. I guess I will.
Emotion.
Yeah, and I don't think this is recency bias either. Where to start?
You don't think Time is going to treat this well, huh?
I don't think so. I really don't. Chris, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. This is one of my top 3 shows of all time.
Did it wreck it? Did it bring it down in the ranking? Is the power ranking? Is it now slipped?
I'm stepping away for a second. I can't say yet. But I mean, first of all,
out of the top 5? Is it out of the top 5
No.
as a series because of one finale show?
I need a week.
Okay.
I
We'll
need
give
a
you a
week.
week. Next week's show. We'll
give
lead
me a
off
week.
that.
That's right.
Your new power ranking.
Oh, God. I'm nervous. So, listen, a season finale should not climax in the first 15 minutes. Like, you leave another hour and 5 minutes to wrap this thing up. It doesn't make any sense. Sorry for the spoilers. But secondly, super predictable. You could definitely tell the season was written by a different group of people. So if you're not a Game of Thrones fan, like the people right next to me, the guy who wrote the book he didn't finish it, and so they're rushing through this to make the ending of this entire series. There's no ending. These two new writers are making it up as they go. They're talking about it inside the series on HBO. They're like, "Oh, should we have Arya kill her? I don't know. Should we do it?" It's just a bad look, and it kind of played out on screen.
Well, when the guy finally gets around to writing the rest of the book, he'll know how not to write it now.
Dude, he's going to send a tweet out and say, "Hey, I finished the book, and the ending's different," and he's going to make millions upon millions of dollars.
I was just going to ask that question. There were books about this, so why was anyone surprised?
What do you mean?
Well, it's because he didn't finish the book. They just rushed through it and made their own ending, but you guys all seem disappointed. But I heard that the writer of the books was actually involved in the final season.
I heard about this. Yeah, I heard about this. So someone said that he offered up some scenarios or something, and they didn't go with it. I was like, how could you not go with the guy who came up with all this?
Yeah.
Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Chris, to answer your question, I don't think it's going to play out well. But I will say this: if this was like a Netflix series where I could have watched the entire 8 seasons or whatever over the span of like 2 months and just back to back to back to back, I think it probably would have been fine if I watched like the last 6 episodes all together. But waiting like a week, this is like the one show that I watch live. So if you wait a week for a shitty ending to 8 years or so, it's not fun.
And to your point that you made about bringing the creator in and how can you not involve him, remember what George Lucas did with the first 3 Star Wars and the midichlorians and trade embargoes and all that fun stuff that we had in those first 3. I don't mind if the creator at times is not as involved in certain aspects of the show.
Maybe they're learning
from
about
that. Yoda's midichlorian count. Come on.
And you called me a nerd, Chris.
I was going to say I'm lost.
We're deep into nerding.
Yes,
right
dun 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 dun. All right, let's keep going.
What's your number 1, Dave? What's your number 1?
My number 1 is Dexter.
Never watched that show. I always was that I should have watched that show, and I never did.
I blocked this one from my memory. And so I was talking to Mike McFadden of EA, who's joined the Big Play team now. Shout out, Mike.
That's a good cross promotion right there. Well done.
Director of Gaming. Chris still waiting for his director title. We're coming up with it. Don't worry. So Mike was talking about this. He's like, dude, you got to put Dexter on the list. This is what happened at the end of Dexter. So he gives up his child to a serial killer to live with the serial killer. Sorry about the spoilers. And he drives off into the ocean in a powerboat, and then he becomes a lumberjack. End series.
Oh, you just ruined it for me. I can't go back and see it.
You don't want to. Watch the first 5 or 4 seasons. You'll be good.
Based on that ending, I don't think I need to see it.
It made no sense. It was the worst ever.
All right, can I do my list now?
You may.
At number 3, Seinfeld. Seinfeld, one of my favorites.
Wow.
Obviously, 90s show. But I did not like the way that wrapped up. And it would kind of set itself up because you look at the way the show itself, it has some build, but the characters, and this is a famous part of Seinfeld, the characters never grow. And throughout the entire show's run, the characters never grow. You can watch a show from any season, and it'll be just about the same as the season before. There's very little that actually happens outside of the parameters of the show. That's what made it great. But, without any backstory, without really a lead up to a finale, there was nothing to build to, nothing to support it. So I think that the final episode really kind of came off as kind of one of those cheap clip show type of deals. And I know what they were trying to do, and I don't know. I guess it was a victory lap for the show's runners and all those folks, but it really did not fit in as a really good Seinfeld episode. And you have a bar set as high as Seinfeld did, for me, that one really did not cut it. So that is number 3, Seinfeld.
It definitely didn't Yeah, I get what you're saying. It didn't feel like a Seinfeld episode at all. But they wanted to get all those characters back. I don't think it was that bad.
Well, it's like the new Avengers movie. They just wanted to get all the other characters back and tell a little story with each of them. So it ended up being 3 hours.
For 9 hours.
Some of that was just kind of thrown together. And I think you had the same thing with Seinfeld. Like I said, it's nice as a victory lap, I guess, but it really didn't leave off with, wow, that really wrapped it up. And now I'm happy walking away from Seinfeld. It just kind of left it kind of empty for me.
Jerry should have become a lumberjack.
That's right. Not as bad as my number 2, though, Dave. Number 2, X-Files. X-Files just pissed me off. I really, really liked that show back in the day. You know, it had so many secrets, so many unanswered questions. You had the cigarette smoking man. You had just so many smoke and mirrors throughout that entire show. And then there was a contract dispute. So David Duchovny wasn't on the show for a while. So Mulder kind of went away. And Scully, you know, Gillian Anderson did a really good job with that character. And she could carry the show, but it just wasn't the same, really. So it kind of limped to the ending. They even had, you know, a feature film for X-Files that was supposed to answer some things. And it all led to a bunch of nothing for me. And the finale really didn't sit well with me. So, and then they had a reboot of it, and the reboot wasn't very good. So it went from one of the most creative things from executive producer Chris Carter, not the guy who just catches touchdowns, an actual TV guy, to becoming just a huge disappointment. I thought it just came off as really a build-up for nothing. So that was my number 2. Did you guys watch that show?
Never got into that one.
Some of it. My college roommate was actually a huge X-Files fan. He had a gigantic crush on Scully. He had a Scully poster. A Scully poster. He actually turned out to be gay too, which is kind of weird. So maybe it was just for the science skills. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure how that worked, but yeah, huge Scully fan. I gotta ask him about that. Yeah.
Interesting. All right, and my number 1, The Simpsons. The Simpsons. Yeah, I know The Simpsons are still actually on TV technically, but they haven't really been good since the 90s. I mean, just give me the finale already, because I know it's going to suck. They sucked for a while. Every time I just fly in to watch a show, it's been bad. It's not The Simpsons that I remember. If you look at my lifetime, right, I've seen the Browns be good back when I was young. I saw the Cavs be good after that. I saw the Simpsons be good for a really strong run there in the 90s.
Right.
Then the Indians got good. Then the Cavs got good again. Then you had the Indians good again. And now we've got the Browns good again. And it's amazing that Cleveland sports, each of them has made the second time in the rotation. And I don't think the Simpsons is going to make it for the second time. So I think the Simpsons, we have to go old Yeller with it. I think it needs to be taken off the air. And whatever that finale is going to be is just going to be bad. I just know it. And it's really going to hurt me. But, you know, just like old Yeller, it's my dog and I'll do it. We got to put this one down.
How many episodes have they done?
5 million? I don't know.
Yeah.
Every time I look up, they're doing another anniversary episode too of like, oh, we've been on this on the air since 1942. I mean, they beat out the Cosby Show back in the day.
Wow,
that's how the Simpsons got their start. You know, it's unbelievable to think about. So that's my number 1 though. The Simpsons. Whenever you come out with your finale, oh boy, that'll be the end of something.
Alec, a little homework for you here. Look how many episodes of Simpsons have had, and put that in the comments there.
Do you remember where the Simpsons actually started?
No.
It actually started as a skit on Tracy Ullman's show back in the day, and it was really crudely drawn. And Matt Groening took it from there over to Fox, and Fox was trying to get edgy at that time, and so they put on this little-known Simpsons that was a family comedy that was animated, and it's now run longer than the second longest-running animated sitcom, which was the Flintstones. So,
oh man, I was gonna go South Park.
Well, no, come on now, Dave.
I know.
Now you're talking like a young blood.
That's right.
Bree, do you have any? What are your top 3?
I do. I'm surprised none of you have on here the 2006 World Series finale ending, because that was a pretty bad one.
It was. That one sucked. It really sucked. Thanks for dropping that one in there.
I'm sorry. Okay, well, first I have to preface this with saying that I actually have a really hard time making it through an entire show's run because I always feel like at some point in the season or in the entire run that the show jumps the shark. So I always end up giving up on an entire run. So I will have to preface with
on
that.
our show. You haven't even made it halfway through ours. You've given up a few times.
Right. Exactly. See my point? So similar to Chris in the Simpsons episode, I actually have a show on here that is still running as well that I actually have stuck through with, and that is Grey's Anatomy. Wow. On its 14th season. I have a feeling that the finale here will set me up for disappointment because I don't know if you guys have watched the show, but I don't know what more can happen on this show.
Wait, that show's still on?
A happy ending makes sense. It's still on.
Grey's Anatomy?
14 seasons, Thursday nights. It still trends on Twitter. It has a huge cult following, and I am one of them.
Didn't it go up against ER back in the day or something? Wasn't it supposed to be like a lighter take of ER?
Yeah, George Clooney.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's got.
Well, no, I've heard it was good.
It's good.
Yeah,
I was never an ER girl, but I loved Grey's Anatomy.
Interesting.
I didn't give you a ding for that, so let me give you 2 dings.
Okay, 2 dings.
Wait for it.
Okay. Number 2. Any finale of The Bachelor ever. So I don't know if you guys have gotten into the reality show, but I was really big into The Bachelor and The Bachelorette the first couple of seasons, and now I can't stand it. The whole process of the season finale, which is essentially like a 2 to 3 hour finale that involves a man or woman pining over who they're going to pick, going engagement ring shopping. It's just a bunch of fluff in an episode, and it's built on a throne of lies.
Throne of lies.
Lies.
Throne?
Hey, bottom of the ninth.
Very interesting.
Bottom of the ninth. Sorry to cut in. Bottom of the ninth.
Yes.
Frankie Lindor just hit a huge home run.
Woo!
But we're still down. Down by 2 runs.
I saw it was 4-2. What is it now?
It's 4-2. Oh, no, 6-4. 6-4.
6-4. Okay.
Okay.
Still losing.
Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs.
Still losing.
Dun 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 dun. Breed.
And with that, I will take it home.
Yes, take
Number
it home.
1. It pains me to say this, but Sex and the City is my number 1. Based on the fact that Carrie Bradshaw, our heroine of the show, that had to get rescued by a man that she pined after the entire time, which just really irked me. And the more time goes on, it continues to just eat at me. So that was one that I would like to get back.
Hell no!
It's perfect.
Perfect. Let's check
Sure,
in.
neither of you were Sex in the City.
No, I don't know anything about it. Chris, Sex in the City?
No, very on brand for Bree, very off brand for me.
Very true, very true. Let's check into the comments. Rob Ostrom says, The Simpsons' first episode aired in Cleveland the same night the Browns won the division in 1989.
Oh, wow. There's a good pull. Wow.
That is a stat right there. That's Rob Ostrom on Twitter.
Nice. That's good.
Cody says Seinfeld was his number 1. Totally do not agree with you or Chris on that one. Dexter pissed off Ben Felber. I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you. Mike Brown, UK, says, someone give me a dog check. Dog check.
Oh, are we supposed to do that now?
I don't know.
I think you have to pound your chest, Dave.
I'm all right. And that was Power Rank Monday.
Yeah!
All right. It is time, since we don't have an interview, we're moving on to the Cleveland headlines. See what's going on in the world of Cleveland sports. Let's talk some Cavs. The Cavs lost out on the Zion sweepstakes, obviously. Landed the 5th pick in the draft. Cavs were tied for the highest chance to win that draft lottery last week. Ended up going all the way down to 5th. Only consolation here is the Knicks and the Lakers did not get the pick either. Take that, other Dolan. The Pelicans get it. Shout out to David Griffin, the Lotto Ball GOAT. New lottery rules have lowered the odds for all these really bad teams, which, kind of bad news for the Cavs. We haven't had a winning season without LeBron since 1998.
Good times.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Are you guys a fan of the way the draft lottery is in? Do you think that they should have it in different sports? NFL Draft Twitter was tweeting out that they wanted one after this last NBA lottery.
Ugh, really?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
Can you imagine the
fan.
NFL having the ping pong balls to decide the fate of a horrible team?
Oh, the Patriots and their cheating ways, and the
Right.
fact that Boston feels that they have been slighted by the league so often, and just their natural inclination to hate everything New York. If New York was to win something and Boston didn't, and oh my God, that would be good. That'd be really good for ratings and for talking. But I really don't like it in terms of structure. I do not like it, to be honest with you. I understand what it's there to do and prevent tanking, but tanking is as American as apple pie anymore. That's what we want to see from our bad teams, is the ability to be able to tank and get the guy you want. Cleveland fans, we were hate watching our own team so that we would end up getting a guy like Zion. And what do? We get to our big moment and we get the 5th pick? I mean, come on.
I don't think it discourages tanking though. Like, if you look at it, the math is still in favor if you
want to
tank.
be in the bottom 3, right?
Yeah, that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
So tank to 3.
Tank to 3. Tank to 3.
Right, but I mean, we're a competitive nation, right? So we want to be the best. And if you're going to tank and you want to go after a guy like Zion Williamson, then you got to tank and be number 1, be the absolute worst, and have just a clear way to get that guy. And with the way it's set up right now, you can't do that. So that's not fair. I don't like that.
Could you
be able to tank it all the way through?
Could you imagine if you're like the Colts and you're set up to get Andrew Luck, or the Browns in hindsight ready to get Baker Mayfield, and a ping pong ball decides not so fast? People love the NBA, but people really love the NFL. Bree, do you like it?
No, I think it's horrible, and I think part of the problem with the NBA is that it's an 82 game season. So
yeah.
I understand why they don't want teams to tank, because it's such a long and painful process to go through that. I think the NFL, there's only 16 games in an entire season. So I think the way that their system is set up, it works. And I don't think you see NFL teams tanking per se to get their draft pick. It's the Browns were just that
we
bad.
Do it for recreation.
Yeah, we just, that's just in our blood. So I
0-16 was personal pride right there. We didn't do it for any kind of a draft pick. We don't need that kind of motivation in Cleveland to lose every game.
We were trying to win and still tanked. So
I think they should do it. I think it would be awesome. I think it'd be so fun.
Oh, could you imagine?
Oh my God, it'd be so awesome. But we're never going 0-16 again.
Oh, could you imagine that?
Be fantastic.
You work your tail off to lose every ball game, and then you don't get the number 1 pick. That's not American.
Yeah, that's
all right. Fair enough.
Not even.
Let's talk some baseball. Indians pitcher Shane Bieber blanked Baltimore. Tribe took 2 of 3 in that series. Bieber threw complete game shutout yesterday. Yeah, young righty, 15 batters K'd, only 2 hits, gave up a walk. On the season, 3.22 ERA, 69 strikeouts, 58 innings. The dude's on fire. It comes at a perfect time, too, because you've got Kluber, Clevenger out, Bauer's kind of going through a rough patch, obviously. And Cleveland pitching scouts and talent evaluators have been fantastic for quite some time. Get this. Last 12 years, the Indians have had 4 Cy Young winners and a ton of awesome pitchers who did not win the Cy Young. So you got Bauer probably not coming back next year. You got Kluber coming, he's older. He's coming off an injury. Who knows what's going to happen there? When you look at this Cleveland roster, guys, which of these young stud pitchers are you most excited for the future for the Cleveland Indians?
Yeah, you didn't even bring up Plesko and what he did on Saturday.
Right,
either.
yeah, that's right.
He had a great outing. That's his first outing of the year. Looks like he shaved the stash, which was a little upsetting to me. If you see that majestic thing up there on the scoreboard when they introduced him, I was just it's a thing of beauty. It harkens back to a young Andrew Miller. And you just knew that the guy was just set up to pitch well after you see that up there on the board for all. But unfortunately, that thing is gone. But fortunately, he did bring his A game because he looked absolutely fantastic. I saw him, interestingly enough, the year before pitch, they had just called him up, and he just got shelled because he tends to give up the long ball. And it looks like he's, at least through one game, he's looking really solid.
Yeah.
And you touched on it. I mean, when you've got Clevenger right now out with the back thing, we've got a broken arm there. You're going to have the young guys step up, and you just saw it back to back with Plutko and then Bieber, two guys who we're really going to have to count on more than we thought going into the season. And it looks like from a very small sample size, at least for Plutko, Bieber's been doing it for a little bit now.
Yeah.
It looks like these guys are going to be able to really take on the burden that's going to be put on them for the rest of the season. And that's fantastic. That bodes really well for us. Really well for us.
Yeah, Bree, which one of these guys are you most excited for?
I've always been a believer, so I'm happy to see
Yes.
him coming into his own. Especially, you mentioned the Cy Young candidates, and it's sad that we haven't really had anything to show for that. I mean, we've had some pretty good runs in the postseason, but man, I'd really like to have something turn out from that. And hopefully with our offense picking up, we've got a lot of baseball left to play, but hopefully this is pretty telling for what's to come with the Indians.
I hope so. Let's keep it going with the Indians. They've won their last 4 of 5. Is the game over, Chris? Do I need to update
It is.
that?
They lost tonight.
Speaking of the Indians, they've won their last 4 of the last 6 by a
updated stat real time.
By a combined score of, I don't know. I'm not that good at math. Perhaps the most encouraging sign, though, is the offense. They recently called up rookie Oscar Mercado. He's looked phenomenal. 3 hits, last 5 at bats outside of tonight. Carlos Santana keeps the hot bat going. Still unbelievable. We still have this guy coming back playing so well. Hitting a home run in each of the last 2 games. Is this offense for the Indians starting to come alive? Like, do you think we're going to be okay? We talked about this for at length in previous shows, how bad this offense was going to be on paper and as they played. You think we got enough to keep it going?
I do. I think, at least for right now, I think we're still going to have to make a move at some point. But, we've got guys like Lindor hit a home run in the bottom of the 9th tonight. Lindor is starting to come on more consistently out there. And Santana just continues
he's so good.
To amaze me, But we got to, and I'm sick of hearing everybody complain about him, but it's true. We got to see Jose Ramirez really step up. I hate it when we come off of 2 good games like we had over the weekend, listening to local Cleveland radio and hearing everybody bitch about Jose Ramirez right after we had 2 of our better games of the year. But, he does need to pull his weight. He does need to be a leader on this team. But remember, he's a guy who we didn't expect to be the Jose Ramirez that he is. So he's up to a standard now that he's created for himself, because we're looking at him as a guy who's got to lead this offense, which may be unfair to him. I don't know, but that's where
I don't think so. I mean, I put him in the same caliber as Lindor. I think he's phenomenal. I think those two as a core.
We never looked at him that way, though. I don't think coming up. I really think
not at all.
He overplayed that position. Or overperform what we thought he was going to be. And now they look at him as being a real cog, and maybe he can't respond. I don't know, but that concerns me.
I think
seen
he
it
will.
enough for long enough that it's concerning.
He's still my favorite player. I think he's going to be all right.
Oh, well, if he's your favorite player, then what am I talking about? He's fine. He'll be okay.
That's all that matters. You can do it, Jose.
Hey, but I did see Oscar Mercado's. I did see his first major league hit. So I hope he goes into the Hall of Fame so I can say that I saw his first hit in person.
Cool.
He did it on Saturday.
Was that the double?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, and I think he scored right after that.
I was taking a pee, so I didn't actually see it. I kind of listened to it on the radio while I was taking a pee, but I was there. I was at the stadium there.
Let's move over to the Brownies. Kareem Hunt baptized on Sunday as a way to start fresh. Stories of Hunt's issues have obviously been well documented. He's been trying to do everything, saying the right thing, doing the right thing since joining the Browns. Freddie Kitchens, John Dorsey both attended the baptism. They've had nothing but positive things to say about Kareem Hunt. Having Kitchens and Dorsey there is pretty impressive company. If you guys could pick two people outside of your family to go to your baptism, if you're getting baptized right now, who would it be?
Kitchens and Dorsey.
Give me a hell yeah. What?
I'm with you. Bree?
Didn't
I mean, Bernie Kosar and Baker Mayfield, obviously.
Give me a hell yeah. What?
You knew Bree was going to work Bernie. into
Gotta
that.
go
Bernie.
Gotta go Bernie.
Bernie, Bree, and Baker.
Wow.
Didn't we try this whole baptism thing in Cleveland? Didn't Hugh Jackson try that? How'd that work out?
Jeez, that was so stupid. That was them. So that was the bet, right? He said he would. Or I guess not a
Right.
bet, but he
Him and
promised.
Dee
Yeah, he promised he
holding
was going to
hands.
jump into the lake, and then he made it into this. It was a charity thing, right? So
Which is kind of cool, but then they
kind
made
of
it
not
into this
really
whole-
though. Like do some other charity. Like you don't go jump in the lake when it's freezing cold to
But
make us feel better.
But this is true. This is true. And then they tried to remarket it as this baptism, and then we would be reborn. How did that work? Not so well.
No,
Not so well.
at all.
I guess it got us Baker Mayfield, so
That's right.
maybe it did work out. Long run.
We were reborn.
That's enough, Hugh
So-
Jackson.
The big play.
Let's keep going with the Browns, the good Browns. Second week of OTAs begin this week. First week offered some encouragement, some drama from, media members like Tony Grossi talking about Odell Beckham. Will he attend? Will he not? Who cares? He's doing all right. On the bright side, reports came out that young receivers are actually looking pretty good. You got Derek Willis, Antonio Callaway coming in super in shape. Rashard Higgins coming back. Hollywood Higgins looking really good. Defensive backs, they're getting a lot of praise too. So you got Denzel Ward looking real good in second year. Terrence Mitchell, TJ Carey. You guys put any stock into OTAs? Does this matter at all? Or are we just kind of waiting for the season?
No, I could care less. I really could. Just stay healthy out there. Just drabble out some reports of somebody looking good so I can get kind of excited about the guy. But, come on. These guys are practicing. It's practice. I hate to go and do the practice. We talking about practice, but I mean, this is Allen Iverson right here. This is not even practice. This is pre-practice. And I don't know. I don't dig it that much. I know some people get up for OTAs, which is insane. We've got the Indians playing real games, real things happening. So I can wait for football to start to really get into the meat of this thing before I'm going to get too excited.
That's fair. Bree, you loving the OTAs? You waiting for training camp? What's going on?
Can't wait until training camp. I think the OTAs just give something for people to complain about, mostly the media. So that's been really exciting to watch.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Let's see here. I think we got a couple calls coming in. Should we take some calls?
Take them.
Bree wants the calls.
All right, let's see here.
Hopefully it's about Game of Thrones. Can't wait.
All right, let's go to Drew.
Hear that or Sex in the City?
Yeah, let's see if Drew wants to talk about Sex in the City. Drew, welcome to the Big Play Reflog Show. How we doing, brother?
What do you think about Carrie Bradshaw?
I'm doing great, guys. How about you?
We're fantastic. What do you got for us?
I want to talk about some NBA draft, especially the Cavs.
Okay.
All right, I love Jarrett Culver at 5. That is one of my favorite players in the NBA draft, other than Zion. I think he's the second best player in this draft.
Really? Jarrett Culver.
I do. He's a great 3-and-D player, and worst case scenario, you're getting a great defender on your team.
Okay, so if he is there at 5, obviously that would be your pick. Should he be there at 5?
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
You think he's going to be there at 5?
I think he can fall to 5. You might have to go up to 4 to get him. That's worst case scenario. But you've got Zion coming off the board, John Morant, R.J. Barrett, and then there's that one spot. The 4th pick could really be anyone from DeAndre Hunter, Darius Garland. You don't really know who's going to fall there. It could be anyone.
Do you like Hunter for the Cavs?
I really like Hunter.
Okay.
He's kind of old, but not really that old. I mean, 21, but he's got a nice pull. Catching 2-3.
We're not talking Brandon Whedon here.
Right. 30-year-old Hunter coming off of shooting threes.
You think?
Yeah,
do you think
no,
the Cavs
we're
will
not
trade up at all?
Drew, yeah.
No, I'd like the Cavs to sit there or move back.
Okay. Good stuff, Drew. Good stuff. Appreciate it.
Yep. All right. Thanks for having me, guys.
Bye, Drew.
Good stuff from Drew. Knows his basketball.
That's right. Excited about that.
There
5th
we go,
pick.
Jarrett Culver. Hey, so if we get him, we basically
So I
got the
like-
second pick.
I like him because he's a shooting guard. And you know where he's from?
Where's he from?
Hometown. Lubbock, Texas. You know when the last time we had a shooting guard from Lubbock, Texas was? Do you know who the last one was?
Oh, that's good trivia right
Off the
there.
top of my head. There may
No.
be somebody in between, but I distinctly remember this guy being from Lubbock, Texas.
I got nothing.
One Craig Elo was from
Really?
Lubbock, Texas. And I remember it because Joe Tate, the absolutely fantastic radio voice of the Cleveland Cavaliers for years, and also did baseball in Cleveland for a while. They were playing the Utah Jazz, and it was right around Christmas time. And Craig Elo, with the clock winding down, hits this huge 3. And Joe Tate goes, "Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus, and he hails from Lubbock, Texas." And I would never forget that call. And that is absolutely true. Cavs over the Jazz, some meaningless Christmas time game. But I'll never forget that shot by Craig Elo. So there you go. Shooting guard.
What a memory.
Good stuff. We got another call coming. Oh, this is Big Play Sam. Chris, have you ever talked to Big Play Sam?
I don't know formally.
Oh, the accent. Yes.
Yes, Sam, our resident Kentuckian, coming in. Let's see what Sam's got to talk about here. Mr. Sam, welcome to the Big Play Reflog show.
Bree wants to hear my accent. That's terrible.
Hi, Sam.
How are you, Chris? What's going on, man?
Hey, what part of Kentucky are you from?
The Ville.
Ah, Louisville, huh?
Bourbon connoisseur.
Chris and I, we have talked via text message only, so this is the first time we've talked on the phone.
That's right. That's right. This is a big moment. Yeah, I was down in
Yes, it
Lexington
is.
for a while, over in Louisville for a little while, so I know that whole stretch all the way over to West Virginia. So, yeah,
There you
beautiful
go.
country
Yeah.
down there. Beautiful country. I always say I
Yeah.
like Keeneland a lot better than anything at the Derby. I've always been a Keeneland fan for those 2 months out of the year.
So Oaks is good, and then Derby's kind of trashy. Oaks
Right.
is a lot more fun than Derby.
Derby's
So,
like the Indy 500.
definitely
It's
like Oaks.
perfect.
yes.
Sam, what do you got for us,
So,
my
how
man?
are y'all doing tonight?
We're fantastic. We're talking Cleveland sports when no Cleveland sports are on except for the Indians.
And they lost.
I
And
want
they
to
lost.
talk about the Scottish Hammer, Jamie Gillan.
Okay, let's do it.
There we go.
We'll
there
allow
we go.
it.
We need an OTA report on that guy.
That's who I want to talk about because
Let's
he's
hear
a
it.
lefty, man. And you know who else likes lefty? Bill Belichick, for a specific couple of reasons. And I like them all, and I think that he ends up taking Colquitt's job. I do. I hate to say it, but I think he does.
Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like we are going to have to pay Colquitt a lot to keep him.
For his Fortnite dancing in the commercials.
I was going to say
Yeah,
our local
exactly
commercial.
for just commercials.
It's gonna
Our local AC guys. I mean, oh, Man, that's rough not to have him, and hopefully we can at least keep the dog that's in that commercial for some reason. Need to keep that
Dude,
dog.
that's the weirdest commercial. I think we were
Hopefully-
talking about it before. Mozgov and his commercial, by far the weirdest.
Oh, Moscov's commercial.
By
I
far the
forgot about
weirdest.
that one.
With the backwards
Chris, are you
jersey.
on board with that or no?
On board with replacing Colquitt?
Yes.
Oh
You're
yeah.
not going to
Oh,
need
yeah.
a punter.
Was
Oh,
he
yeah.
that bad?
Yeah,
Was
I think
Colquitt?
I mean, we'd be saving roughly like 2.5-3 million. You know.
There you go. Cost savings. Plus, we've got a good nickname for the new punter. I'm all on board.
I mean, I think it comes down
Not
to
a hammer, baby. A
is
hammer.
are we ever going to punt? Probably not. So who cares?
It's a good point.
Yeah,
Baker
right.
Mayfield
So
will do the punting if need be.
That's a great point, Dave.
So
Great
if
point.
you don't need a punter, you might as well have the Scottish Hammer on the roster.
right.
You should just
We
wear
draft
kilt.
him from Game of Thrones.
Right.
That's what it sounds like.
Sam, while we got you, let's talk a little Game of Thrones real quick.
Oh,
Real
how did we
quick,
get here? Is
real
this the whole
quick.
point?
Tune out.
Oh,
Go ahead.
backdoored him in here just to talk Game of Thrones. You bastard.
10 seconds.
Look,
What did you think?
I'll just cut to it. I'll just cut to it real quick. It was just a bunch of shit. So I don't want to talk
Fair
about
enough.
it. So
Fair
for Chris
enough.
and Bree's sake, I'm done with it. I wasted a lot of time of my life watching it, thinking about it, thinking on it, pondering on it, yet to be just disappointed. Oh, it was awful.
Too soon. Too
That
soon.
time you wasted. You could have done other things. All that time. Wow.
I know. Yeah.
Huh.
You just think Hodor. He held the door for nothing.
Oh, I forgot about that. Hodor. Thanks, Sam.
He held the door for nothing. Y'all have a good show. Take it easy, guys.
See you, buddy.
But there was a
Wow,
water bottle.
Forgot about that.
Heard
Yeah.
about the water
There
bottle.
wasn't, dude. That just goes into how rushed the show was. There was a Starbucks cup, then there was a water bottle.
Yeah.
How do you do that when this show is multi-million dollars? It's ridiculous.
And see, they kind of
Fire
did
the intern.
a nice spin when they had the Starbucks cup that she ordered tea, blah blah blah, and that was kind of cute. But then when you have a water bottle, it's like, oh crap, we did it again. You can't really get cutesy after that. It's just you messed up.
That's right. A couple of the Big Play guys in the chat on Facebook. Hang up on Sam. Hang up on him.
Wow.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's move on. It is time for Would You Rather? All right, Chris, I'm going to start with you.
Bring it on, Dave.
The Browns are more relevant than any other time since the return in '99. Would you rather the Browns be the national media darlings or universally despised?
Why not both, right? I think we're going to be both. It's going to be like Game of Thrones. Everybody's going to be praising
Dun,
us
dun,
for
dun,
a
dun,
while.
dun.
And then we're going to go out there and we're going to start, giving the other fan bases the business, and everybody's going to get sick of us. So then we're going to be despised, and it's going to be so much fun. So let's have fun on both sides of this roller coaster and be both loved and hated. At the end of the day, we're still going to love our Browns.
Yeah, I think there's if we're good, which we're going to be, people are going to hate us. We're so
Yes.
obnoxious, and I have no problem with saying that we are. Like we've deserved this. It's been a long time. We're not going to care if we're hated by the national media. Whatever, doesn't matter.
Nope. We don't care. It's Cleveland versus the world anyway. Bree, would you rather the Indians trade some starting pitching for more bats or stay put with the current roster?
I am voting to stay put. I think the bats are heating
Really?
up. I'm good.
Oh,
Staying
wow.
put.
Really? They have a good weekend against some crappy teams, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, the bats are fine. It's all good.
You have
I
that
forgot.
much
That's
faith in
right.
Oscar Mercado. Wow.
Social media influencer. Just
We
put
have
it
a
out there,
poll.
Chris.
I forget, Dave. I always
Oh,
forget. We have
that's
a poll.
right.
Because
Oh, I
Don't
forgot.
ask
you
me
have
the
to say
Indians
positive
question.
thing about the Indians.
Okay, Dave, this is for you. In the NBA, would you rather be a tanking team or a middle of the road team?
Oh, tanking team by far. By far, even with the new lottery, Dan Gilbert is one of the absolute best at tanking. He's going from a title contender to tanking. No one does it faster than Dan Gilbert. So, yeah, I will continue the tanking. Trust the process, as they did in Philly. That didn't really work out all that well. But middle of the road team's the worst. Like, do you remember the Hawks when the Cavs were good? And then even after LeBron left, the Hawks with Josh Smith and Al Horford, they were just like this fringe 7-8 seed for so long, and they had no chance of ever winning anything. I don't want to be that. No way.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
No way. All right, that was Would You Rather. Nice quick hitters. Good work there. Bold prediction time. Let's see what we got. It's bold prediction time.
To me, it look like a leprechaun to me. All I gotta do is look up in the tree. Who else in the leprechaun say yeah?
Oh, Bree disappeared. Hold on.
She didn't even make it through the whole show.
That was not on purpose. All right, let's go with some bold predictions. Let's see how we did, how we fared last week. Let's bring in associate producer Alec. Let's see, where is he? There he is. Alec, how did we do last week with our predictions?
I'm going to start with you, Dave.
Okay.
I'll be honest. It was extremely, extremely tough to give you a score this week, but you were right in bits and pieces.
What was my prediction?
Sansa said Sansa was taking the throne. Jon Snow was going to kill Daenerys, and somehow Cersei was going to kill Arya.
Yeah.
Arya's dead, my friend. Not Arya. Cersei's dead.
I haven't seen it yet. Come on, Alec.
Sansa took a throne, but not the throne. But she is now Queen of the North.
So do I get a point for
Jon
that?
Snow.
2 points.
Jon
Wow.
Snow did clip Dany in one of the most epic scenes, I think, of the entire series. So you get a 2-0.
Wow, I'll take it. I feel like I have a really good record on bold predictions.
Sounds
You're doing
like
pretty
it.
good.
That's great. I didn't understand a word he was saying.
Yeah, we got to get you a new microphone, Alec.
Well, no, it was the content, not so much.
Yeah, same.
Fair
It
enough.
wasn't the connection, it was the content.
Chris is just stalling. How did Chris do?
Chris is all over it
Chris,
once again. What am I now? 5-0. We're running it out.
This
22
is the Browns.
straight. I'm on the way. Watch out, Cleveland.
No, not even close. You're 0 for 1 last week and now 1 in 5 total.
Ooh, ouch.
All right.
What was
I
his
got my
prediction? Alec,
Not
tell the people what the predictions were when you're reading these off.
I
He
said Dustin
said
Johnson
that I
was going to win the PGA. Dustin Johnson
right.
did not win the PGA. He did finish second and to Brooks Koepka. And just for the record, there was like Brooks Koepka, him, and then the rest of the field. And there was a huge gap. So, and Brooks looked like he wanted to give that bad boy away there late into yesterday. He didn't quite do it. Props to him. But my man did not win. Dustin Johnson did not take it home. Jenna Sims, however, she did get her kiss from her boyfriend, I guess, at the end.
Did
if
she?
anybody saw that drama.
Oh,
yeah.
I did not.
That was
Yeah, so
great.
at the beginning of the day, he was going out to play, and she walked up to him to give him like a good luck kiss, and he totally shunned her. Not once, but twice, and she was pissed. Bree, we're talking arms crossed, and this is
Awkward.
all on film. Yeah, she was not
didn't
happy.
See that. I saw when he won, and that
grabbed his-
exchange.
She grabbed.
Ooh, not pleasant.
You are not moving. And yeah, you could see the nails come out and dig in. Yeah, he was not going anywhere, but she got her kiss. I'm sure everything's good in paradise there, but at least he got the PGA.
Conversation.
He won. He won.
He won.
It's all that matters.
That's right.
So, Bree, I have to put on my memory cap here because it's been a couple weeks since Bree got it, but I think it should still be counted. Bree, the last time you were on, you said that the Indians would win 3 out of 4 against the Astros. And unfortunately, the Astros and Indians tied the series.
So long ago.
Wow.
I mean, it's still relevant. We have to throw it back a little bit.
Okay.
Francisco Lindor was on a rehab assignment.
Oh,
I mean,
shut up.
still
Let's
had
go. Let's
Clevenger.
go to the new one. Let's go.
All right, let's
All
go
right.
with some new
Record
ones.
get work.
Bold predictions. I'm going to say my wife's going to
Have a
go.
bold prediction.
Yeah, I'm going. My wife's going into labor tomorrow. I'm calling it.
That's really bold.
That is bold.
Bold.
Hopefully I'm wrong. No, I'm ready.
Well,
I'm ready.
ooh, are you ever really ready for a fourth?
No, not at all.
Okay.
She's like cleaning the entire studio, and
Oh,
she's got like the.
She's nesting.
I'm
She's
like,
nesting.
Yeah.
I'm like getting
Yeah.
quieter right now because just in case she hears me, and dude, she's vacuuming the whole house, like cleaning the oven, like all this weird stuff. Like the baby probably doesn't care.
Oh, wow. I might not even make it to tomorrow. You better check the time. 10 o'clock. You still got 2 hours. You're probably good to tomorrow.
Hopefully so. Hopefully so. We shall see.
All
I'll
right.
take you back off of that one, Chris.
Oh, here we go.
because Mine
Yeah.
kind of goes off of this. Dave, since you are so obsessed with Game of Thrones, my prediction is you will name your baby after a Game of Thrones character. And I know nothing about the show, but I do actually really like the name Arya, so I would recommend that.
Arya's a nice name.
And then I kind of scrolled down to kind of see what Alex was talking about, and there were some other really good ones on here, like Bran.
No, not going
And-
Brandon Stark. Nope. Even though he's the king
What a-
now.
Yeah, he got
There
the Iron
was-
Throne, right?
Yeah.
Whatever that thing is. Yeah.
Well, see, that
Big
wouldn't
time.
be a bad one.
Nah, he's too creepy.
Oh.
Too creepy.
Well,
Your
babies are
offspring,
creepy.
you never. Yeah.
What, what else? What other names are on
Kidding.
there?
Let's not discount that.
So again, I know nothing about the show, but I was just reading
I thought
all
you
of
had a
the. I
list.
can't even pronounce half of these names.
Daenerys. That would be nice for a girl. Let's see.
Targaryen. Did
John.
you say that?
John. That's a Targaryen. That's a region of people.
Oh, okay. Well, that works. Aegon.
Yeah,
that a name?
no, he was crazy.
Drogon.
That's a dragon.
Drago. Just go with Drago.
I can name him
Well, I
after a
vote for
dragon.
Arya. So if you could please have a girl.
I'll try. I kind of want a girl. Like, there's 3 dudes running around right now. They're fighting, hitting each other. I feel like a girl might like mellow this whole thing out.
Yeah. There you go.
We'll see.
Arya it is.
We'll see.
Khaleesi.
Khaleesi would be a good one. Breaker of Chains for a middle name.
Oh.
Got some good
A
options.
little unconventional, but I like it.
Right. I'm trying to think of any weird ones. It's got Jon Snow.
Now, did the
Cersei?
dragons have names in it? I know there were a bunch of dragons in it.
Drogon. That's the dragon.
That's creative.
Right. Yeah. That was the new. That was the new
Change
writers.
the letter.
Dragon the dragon. All right, got it.
Brutal. All
Very
right.
nice. Well, speaking of
think about it.
characters, can we get to my bold prediction?
Yes.
The ultimate character on the Cleveland Indians, Trevor Bauer, pitches tomorrow. I'm going to say before we have our next show, he's going to get 2 wins. 2 wins before our next show.
So
Now, I'm
you're
thinking that
really.
maybe Dave might be off next week, so we may not have a show, or he's going to get 2 starts between now and our next show. I have the utmost confidence we're going to have a show next week. He's going to get his 2 wins. I'm looking for Trev to come up big right now, and I think he could do it. So 2 wins, brother.
He's gonna have no
You
wins
love you some Trevor Bauer.
over the next
I
couple
do.
of weeks. No wins over the next couple of weeks. You're gonna be like, take some more parental time. Let's do a show in a few weeks.
Hey, it's kind of nice, though. You know, Trevor Bauer is now not the most controversial starting pitcher for the Cleveland Indians on Twitter. So that's good place to be. It's a
That's
good place
true.
to be. I don't know if you guys caught anything that happened last week with Mike Clevenger, but it wasn't
No.
pretty there for a little while.
Ooh. Gotta catch up.
Yeah, but I don't know all of the details, but there's a little bit of trouble in paradise between him and his wife, and there's some allegations
Oh, I
going
saw
back and
that.
forth. And about 48 hours worth of really heated stuff on Twitter. And I won't share a lot of it here because I don't know what's true and what's not, quite frankly. She was saying he locked him and her and her daughter out of their place down in Florida. And from what I understand, this has been boiling over for a while. It's just a bad situation. I always hate to see these kind of domestic situations like this. But anyway, that really was burning for about 48 hours there on Tribe Twitter back about a week ago. Ooh. So hopefully everything's kind of been resolved. I haven't seen anything for a while. So hopefully those two kids are going to be able to make it in the world. But we will see. We will see.
Yes, we will.
That's right. That reminds me, Zach Micel, when he was on, he gave us the teaser, and it was like the week after. He's like, "Hey, next Monday." Never really looked into that. I wonder what the teaser was.
Yeah, what happened?
Maybe
I was on that show.
Oh, what? Okay, so that was 2016. I guess why are we even talking?
Go back
about
in the files.
That's right. All right, good stuff. Me and Alec will probably talk a little Game of Thrones here after the show ends. Feel free to stick around, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the Big Play Reflog show. We will maybe see you next Monday, maybe not. I'll let you know. Thanks, Bree, for showing up.
Bye.
Good job, Bree.
All right, Alec, we're still on air. You've written too many notes about Game of Thrones to just not let you talk at all. Come on in here. Game of Thrones. Chris and Bree are very interested in this. What were your thoughts on the finale? Spoilers coming.
Spoiler alert, everyone that wants to hear it, they get a 3 count.
No one cares. Go ahead.
Okay. How ridiculously underwhelming was that season or that series finale? Like, the way Daenerys died was epic, still with literally a kiss. Drogon then burned down the damn throne. Then he skirted out of there, never to be seen again. And then, some stuff happens, and they get Bran the damn throne? What happened to Aegon Targaryen, man? He was the rightful heir to the throne. That was the build-up the entire season, including the end of last season. And I guess the creative director said, what the hell with that? And it was more crap than anything I've ever seen. Like, the show concluded on such a tainted ending to me, even though it'll still be in my top 3.
Top 3. What is your top 3, by the way?
Top 3. NCIS.
What? There's like 5 million of NCIS.
Oh my God! Another layer to the onion.
He's like, Prairie Home Companion is number 1.
Wait, what show?
My dad wasn't all right. Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, Grey's Anatomy.
Okay.
So Grey's Anatomy, NCIS, and then
Game of Thrones.
Wait a minute. Why is NCIS on there? What is NCIS? I remember there was like 5,000 spin-offs.
5 million of them.
And how did CSI Miami not make your top 3 shows of all time?
I was going to say that.
I don't know. I didn't really like the CSI. I was always NCIS. It's about Navy officers getting killed and a group of detectives find the killer and stuff.
So did you like Law and Order, or no?
I have yet to get into Law and Order. I feel like I would
yes,
like it if
there's
I
no
watched it,
time
but I
left
just
to get
haven't had
into it.
It's the same show.
Wow.
Only better.
Alec, I'm so disappointed in you for that top 3.
Oh, come
He's a young buck.
He is.
No,
okay,
Alec.
Okay, let's expand this to 5. I'm interested now.
Keep it going.
Okay.
Sesame Street, of course. Of course, that show's gotten kind of lame, but all right, come on. What do you got?
No. If I had to extend it to 5, I would go with Family Guy.
Okay.
Oh, whoa, that has gone on hard.
Yeah.
That's oof.
Oh, come on. I mean, I liked it when I was little.
And so did I. And then when
I
it
would
came
also
back,
have
that
to
was
say-
one of those when it came back. It was like it was not the same when it came back. Unfortunately, such a cool story because
Yeah, I
the
agree.
DVD sold so well and it was so awesome, and then it came back because everybody wanted it back. And when it came back, it just wasn't the same. I don't know. Okay, what was your number 5?
Yeah. Number 5 would be The Simpsons.
Oh wow. I was just ripping on The Simpsons. I love The Simpsons, but man, that's an eclectic list right there, Alec. Very eclectic.
Yeah. When I
wow.
was younger, I used to love watching The Simpsons movie.
Yeah, well,
Movie.
Alec,
Oof.
what was your favorite
Well,
NCIS
yeah.
episode?
What was this?
What was your favorite NCIS episode?
he celebrates their entire catalog. Come on.
I would have to say the episode where they track down the killer of Agent Ziva.
I really don't care. What
Because
what
he got
region is
killed.
this? Is this NCIS what? Miami, New York?
No, just straight up NCIS.
Oh, they didn't regionalize that show?
Nope.
Wow.
At
You
the
you
stage-
have to be the only
original
person ever to have that in a top 3.
I
Right?
would say so.
I used to love that.
Yeah, well,
Well, there you go.
there you go. Hey, come on. There's a real show that's coming back this November that I'm excited about, and I don't think you guys really watch it. That's Rick and Morty. You guys watch Rick
No, nah.
Oh.
I thought you were gonna say
I have to get
90210.
into that.
and 90210. Yes, that too, Bree. That was going to be second on my list, right up there with NCIS. Dave, do you watch Rick and Morty?
I don't. No, I've seen
Oh.
your memes and your gifs and stuff.
Right. You've probably seen the memes enough to kind of understand what's going on. That's like me and Thrones. Like I know how to
Yes.
use them, even though I don't actually watch the show. But get caught up on some Rick and Morty. You might like that one. I like that one, and I like Archer. Archer's another.
Oh, there you
favorite.
go. Cartoons.
Yeah, kind of in the cartoons thing. I always have been. I've always,
I like
you know,
it.
I grew up on The Simpsons. Family Guy was good. I like Bob's Burgers. I think Bob's Burgers
Bob's
is
Burgers is
underrated.
phenomenal.
It's underrated. It really is. Now
Yeah.
as a dad, like I relate to him so much, and yeah,
That's the voice of Archer as well, isn't it?
it's correct. And also
Yeah.
Arby's.
Yes. Great voice.
right.
Great voice.
He does, man, and he doesn't look like anything like either of those other two characters either.
I've never seen him. I feel like I don't want to either.
The Arby's commercial. He's in the Arby's commercial.
He's
Did you see the
actually in
pizza
it?
commercial? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Interesting.
And you'll see him. Yeah.
I actually
So-
bought a cookbook from Bob's Burgers with all of the burgers that are on the wall.
No kidding.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's really dorking out, but I can appreciate that.
All right, let's end on that. Good stuff. Thanks for tuning in. No idea why there's still a few people watching, but we'll maybe see you next
Watching in
week.
amazement to NCIS
Right.
now. It's
Yeah.
actually the showrunners for NCIS.
Alex's girlfriend.
Unbelievable. Good stuff, everyone. We will see you possibly next week. Later.